Looking for the best sci-fi shows on Hulu, from mind-bending mysteries to animated adventures, we've got you covered. Here are the 13 best sci-fi shows you can stream right now. Let's dive in. The 13 best sci-fi shows on Hulu right now. Number 13, Paradise. One of the most popular new shows on Hulu, Paradise stars the ever-brilliant Sterling K. Brown as Secret Service agent Xavier Collins, a man investigating the murder of the former president of the United States. However, it seems deceit and secrets lie around every corner, with Xavier unsure who to trust. A powerful, action-packed thrill ride from start to finish, it's simply no wonder Paradise has caught mainstream attention to this level. Brown is perfect as Collins, with now the best time to jump on the Paradise bandwagon. Number 12, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty is not only one of the most delightfully twisted animated shows on television, it's actually also one of the most consistently brilliant pieces of sci-fi storytelling in recent memory. Loosely based on the Back to the Future relationship of Doc Brown and Marty McFly, the series revolves around a meek young boy named Morty and his genius, sci-fi gadget-equipped grandfather Rick. The two go on sci-fi adventures week in and week out, with the show consistently delivering wildly compelling science fiction stories set on different planets or even sometimes different dimensions. While hilarious, the show also has a finger on its self-aware pulse, allowing the characters to behave badly, but not allowing them to go on like it doesn't affect them and the loved ones around them. The result is this insane and insanely entertaining cocktail of humor, heart, philosophy, and sci-fi. Number 11. Smallville is the superhero coming-of-age teen drama that paved the way for the DC CW Arrowverse that would follow soon after this show's decade-long run. The series tells the story of a young Clark Kent long before his life as the symbol of hope protecting the world, and mainly takes place in his small Kansas town during his high school years. Taking on the role of the Boy of Steel is Tom Welling, the Fog, who does an amazing job portraying the struggle to keep his powers a secret while doing his best to manage the superpowered citizens that have been altered by the meteor shower of radioactive Kryptonian debris that followed him to Earth. Number 10. Extraordinary. Extraordinary is a hilarious British science fiction comedy created by newcomer Emma Moran. Set in an alternate present in the UK, Extraordinary follows a group of 20-something friends struggling through life in a world where every person develops superpowers. Mireia Tyers stars as Jen, a young woman who doesn't have any abilities, alongside the incredibly talented Sophia Oxenham, who plays Carrie, Jen's best friend and roommate, who has the power to act as a conduit for the dead. The first season of Extraordinary abruptly drops viewers into the playful reality of the series, cleverly allowing the audience to wade through the struggles of the characters. Number 9. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Buffy the Vampire Slayer is one of the most famous and acclaimed fantasy shows of all time, and for good reason. Starring Sarah Michelle Gellar in the titular role, the series follows a young woman who is destined to fight evil, supernatural creatures. Though she is reluctant at first, instead wanting a normal life, she ultimately embraces her destiny with the help of her friends, the shy brainiac Willow, Alison Hannigan, and comedic Xander, Nicholas Brendan. TV was never the same after Buffy aired. Its cultural impact can still be felt today, making it one of the most enjoyable and impactful series to ever hit the small screen. Number 8. Silver Point. Silver Point is a British series set 23 years after 4 children disappear from the Silver Point camp. Starring Claire Goose, Maya Silverstone, Katie Byrne, Krish Misra, Aoife Hughes, and Oliver Cunliffe, Silver Point is a fascinating mystery wrapped in a cute coming-of-age story. Creator Lee Walters, who is best known for writing and producing children's content, embraces the family-friendly tone of Silver Point, without patronizing or underestimating the intelligence of the audience. Silver Point balances suspense and intrigue with clean playfulness that see number 7, The Orville. The man both behind The Orville and standing front and center of it, Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy, Ted, has provided science fiction lovers a quality alternative to the slew of Star Trek shows currently available. The Orville follows the diverse crew of an exploratory ship as they venture through space, meeting and engaging with previously uncharted life forms. Each adventure provides some signature MacFarlane comedy, and due to the move to Hulu, the latest seasons should build on MacFarlane's crude humor. However, episodes often also veer into interesting themes and ethical questions. To balance the comedy, MacFarlane pulled together a hilarious team, including longtime collaborator Scott Grimes, American Dad, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. veteran Adrian Palicki. Number 6. Devs. If you loved what writer-director Alex Garland did with his original science fiction films, Ex Machina and Annihilation, you'll be pleased to know that his first original series continues that trajectory of bold, experimental storytelling. Dev centers on a murder mystery within the tech industry, after her boyfriend is killed on his first day working for the enigmatic tech billionaire Forrest Nick Offerman. The software engineer Lily Chan, Sonoya Mizuno, decides to investigate his company Amaya. She learns that Forrest has created technology that can look into both the past and future. Lily and the viewer are forced to question the nature of reality. Number 5. The Handmaid's Tale. Based on Margaret Atwood's dystopian classic of the same name, The Handmaid's Tale follows protagonist June Osborne, or Offred, and then subsequently of Joseph, Elizabeth Moss, as she survives life in near-future Gilead, a cult-like society that has overtaken the United States and enslaved its fertile women in the hopes of combating rampant infertility. Tormented by her host of captors, Commander Fred Waterford, Joseph Fiennes, Serena Waterford, Yvonne Strahovski, and Aunt Lydia, Anne Dowd, being the most prevalent, June must persevere in finding her daughter, Hannah, Jordana Blake, and protecting her new baby, Holly Nicole, whom she is forced to conceive during her imprisonment. Wrapped with hellish imagery and dark extrapolations of where misogyny might lead, The Handmaid's Tale spins today's sexism into a grueling and brutal tomorrow. Number 4. Lost is a flawed show. It has plot lines that sometimes go nowhere. The series finale is half great, half infuriating. Some characters you don't really care about, but they'll get an entire episode about their backstory. And yet despite these flaws, Lost remains one of the greatest shows ever made. What started as a story about survivors of a plane crash landing on a mysterious island quickly revealed itself to be about so much more. While some viewers were looking for concrete answers about the Dharma Initiative or the numbers 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42, Lost is at its best as a show about the choices we make and the possibility of changing who we are. It's a show with outstanding production values, but what makes it memorable is that we care about the characters and where they come from. Lost isn't perfect, but it's a show you'll never be able to shake. Number 3. The X-Files SR logo. Expand the first 4 seasons of The X-Files includes some of the best science fiction storytelling to grace television in the wake of the original run of The Twilight Zone. Human flatworm hybrids, gender-bending Amish men, werewolves, vampires, and of course aliens pepper the stories of Agent Mulder and Agent Scully, played by David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, and often the stories were self-contained within the episode. Certain episodes boil down premises that films would extend for 2 hours regularly into a rousing, funny, and occasionally scary shot of outlandishly inventive pulp. As the series went on, the overriding story arc of Mulder's sister, the titular volumes of bizarre cases, and a cigarette-smoking man began to smother out the creativity of the singular episodes, whereas the original seasons never allowed the season arc to drown out the wild exuberance of the singular episodes. Now, to be fair, the bigger arcs ended up being more involving and refreshing than many series of the ilk would allow, but when I think back to this thrilling, genuinely kooky show, it's more the agent's interactions with the number 2, Futurama. There's no lack for animated programming these days, but in terms of rewatchability and satisfaction, it's tough to beat just about any of the 140 episodes of Futurama. The show was a huge deal when it premiered in 1999, hailed as the new series from the creator of The Simpsons, and the story possibilities seem to be endless for a show about a guy who gets frozen in 1999 and wakes up in the year 2099. Buoyed by a fantastic voice cast and whip-smart writing, the series is number 1 The Last Man on Earth SR logo. Truly one of the most innovative sitcoms of the last few years, The Last Man on Earth got off to a rollicking start with a pilot in which Will Forte is the sole character. The MacGruber star plays the titular last man on Earth, or so he thinks, after a virus decimated the world's population. Slowly but surely, a ragtag group of survivors, and that's our list of the best sci-fi shows on Hulu. Which one is your favorite? Did we miss any must-watch series? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more awesome content. See you next time.